What's up, guys? JJ Fade 23. All right, this video is going to be about my most favorite setup that I've ever created. Okay, I call it Secret Setup in the Room. The secret setup, I created it from scratch, and I literally love it. I've traded so many monster trades off of it, and it's just my favorite thing. Okay, so all right, guys. Secret setup. I'm first going to take you to the 10-minute chart and show you what this is. But I want to show you guys, all right? If you look at all the points that stocks reverse, okay? If you look at how stocks reversed, I enter trades. When you have reversal points, all right, there's three ways that I enter trades, okay? One of them is the secret setup, which is a high or low setup. The other one is a fake breakdown. And the final one is an extension. So if you go look at all of these daily charts, okay, you look right here. This is a high or low. See that candle? And then it goes up and comes back down to a high or low position. This is a fake breakdown reversal. This is an extension reversal. That is the only three ways that I care about stocks reverse. Look right here. Fake breakout. Look right here. Fake breakout. Look right here. Fake breakout. Extension. This one's a high or low. Even made 3 days later, high or low. All right, look, high or low. If you go from the top, fake breakout, low or high. So I don't care what chart you go to, look at all the reversal points. Let's go to Apple, whatever. If you go to all the reversal points, okay, low or high. All right, this is a reversal point, low or high. Come down here, we had a high or low and kind of an extension. Up here, we had when they make just a double top, it's kind of harder for me because that's not a trigger. Right here, fake breakdown. Right here, high or low. Right here, a low or high. Fake breakout. Low or high, but that wasn't quite high enough. Low or high. High or low. All right, if you look at all these reversal points, okay, you'll notice, look, high or low. High or low. Low or high. Low or high. Look, high or low. All right, so look, low or high. Low or high. So you have to know what's going on in the lower time frame if you want to buy stocks based off the daily chart. So I only care about those three things. So let's, for example, okay, let's say I want to buy this stock on this pullback to the EMAs. So I'm either looking for an extension intraday, flush, a big hard flush to it, which it looks like it gave, or a fake breakdown, which it kind of did right here, right? We broke this support and we reclaimed it and we hit the 21, or a secret setup, which is the high or low version. All right, so now, the ways that I buy a secret setup. I'm not going to get into how I trade the extensions or the fake breakout. I'm just going to talk about the secret setup, okay? The secret setup has to be forming at key daily EMAs during flag patterns like this, or at extensions into resistance, or down to, at key levels of support or key levels of resistance, okay? Key levels of support, key levels of resistance, and preferably extended away from the 4 EMA, because when stocks, I talk about this all the time, when stocks go away from the 4 EMA, which is the baby blue line, they come back to them. They go away, they come back to them. Look, they go away, they come back to it. So if you go away from it into a key level, you come back to it. Another tip, guys, look how far we bounced from here. You see that? 20% we bounced last time from this support level right here. From right here to right here, we bounced 20%. So it's safe to assume that that's a very strong support level. When we come back to it, if I get a secret setup at that level, I'm going to take it. It's the first time back to this level we bounced 20% off last time. Look right here. Resistance from here down to here. We dropped 17% down to there. So if we come back to that, if I get a trigger up there, either a secret setup, a fake breakout, or an extension, I'm going to take it. Obviously, the stock gave a fake breakout. That's the level. It went up, fell back under, and then that's the trigger. But we're only going to talk about secret setup today. So two things so far. Hold on. Let me pull this over here so you guys can. One second. Where is it? Sorry, guys. 1 sec. Let me just find this. I'm losing my marbles. All right. This probably needs to be updated. Extended from daily 8, preferably into daily resistance, not multiple green days in a row up, opposite for long. Breaks most recent support or resistance. This is the intraday part. Okay, I'll get into that, but basically you want to have it, guys. You want to have it. Oops, what did I do? You want to have it extended from the 4 or the 8 and the 8. Definitely from the 8, but also from the 4 would be even better. Now, once you're at a key resistance level, okay, what you want to see is like, okay, I'll give you an example on SPY. Well, whatever. Well, I can find examples every week because I trade it, but the most recent one, look, SPY, guys, SPY breaks out, all right? It breaks out, it comes back down to retest this breakout level, all right? This is a giant cup and handle to me, a breakout and then a retest. We also have in this whole move right here, this is the first pullback to the 21. Guys, when a stock breaks out and retests a level and also has a key daily EMA at the same place, now I'm looking for a secret setup or some kind of entry, whether that be this candle right here breaks below that candle and regains it. But my secret setup is my favorite one. But you had a fake breakdown right here. So guys, I'm not going to get into the fake breakdown, but I want to show you, for example, right? This is a candle day low before, okay? So this day when you broke down, you hit that and bounced back below. You could have took it, but you stopped below. But I was waiting for the secret setup on this. Actually, I can't remember if I entered on that on the secret setup, but I might have entered on the fake breakdown. But the point is, the secret setup, this is about the secret setup on this video. So what the secret setup is, you guys, this is your key level that you know from the daily chart is here, the EMAs and the key level of support. Now, you want to have the 10-minute EMAs, the 4, the 8, the 21, and the 34 with the pre-market data off. Guys, when you have the pre-market data on, look what happens. Look at this. Well, how do you trade EMA setups with pre-market data on? Look at all those false signals. Look at they're up, down, they're crossing up and down, up and down. Dude, put the friggin' pre-market data off. Now watch. Now these things are super, super clean. Super clean. SPY's been a bit choppy, but in general, they're 10 times cleaner. So now watch, guys, right? What is the setup? We came down to a support level. Now, I want to see the 8 being the brown line cross over the 21 and 34. Then I want to see the stock make a higher high. So that means it has to break the most recent level of resistance. Don't worry about this trend line because I was just using that to, I'll show you in a sec why I was using that. I wanted to see the 8 cross over the 21.34. I want to see the stock make a higher high, which it made a higher high over this high, and it made a higher high over this high. Once that happens, now I want to buy the higher low. What's the higher low? Well, I put my fibs on, and I want to be buying below the 61 fib. So we made a higher high right here. The 10-minute EMAs crossed to the upside. We broke the most recent level of support. Now I'm looking for a dip back to anywhere in this zone. It usually falls between the 61 and 78% fib, but if it comes even lower, whatever, I'll take it risking off right here. In this case, it was even better. Why? Because we had this. We had this kind of like wedge that it broke out of, right? We had this wedge it broke out of. So now we had a secret setup at the same time as a trendline break, retest, and 10-minute EMA support. So, guys, I'm not talking about all this. I'm talking about secret setup. But that was major confluence. 10-minute EMAs stacked positive, rising, a breakout out of this wedge, a higher high, and now we're buying the higher low. Because stocks make higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs and higher lows. Or they make lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs and lower lows. So once we make a higher high, I can assume we should come back down and make a higher low. And what does that look like on the daily chart? It looks like all the candles that I just showed you all the time. It looks like one candle and the next candle comes near the low of it. And you buy it with tight risk and you get amazing trades. Amazing trades, because when you buy anywhere below the 61 fib, you're risking $1, $2 to get friggin' multiple dollars. SPY's going to break out now probably and take this thing. I'm going to be holding this position for days maybe. We'll see. But at this point, I can just put my stop at even and go along for the ride. Whatever. So now the other little tip that you can do, right, is that you look at the chart and say, hey, is this chart known for doing higher lows or fake breakouts? So go look at all the reversal points, all right? Let's go look at, like, Apple. Let's go look at Apple and say, hey, does Apple make lower highs or fake breakouts? Well, let's look. Right here we made, higher lows. Right here we made a higher low. Right here, we made a higher low. Right there, we did a fake breakdown. Right here, we made a lower high. Right here, that was kind of like a gap down extension. Right here, we did a fake breakdown. Right here, we did a double top. Right here, we did a higher low. Another extension. A lower high, a higher low. Fake breakout. So you know, Apple does pretty much all of them like equally, right? So you can pretty much be looking for a fake breakdown first. If it doesn't come, then a secret setup, because a fake breakdown happens before a secret setup usually, because that's what I love about the secret setup, you guys. It doesn't, look at this, right? The 10-minute EMAs are so strong that I don't just buy crossover, right? Look, let's say this is the key level of support right here, okay? Let's say over here on the daily chart we had a key level right here. And now the stock coming back to it. The 10-minute EMA's crossed up, but do we make a higher high? No. These, I don't consider these highs. This is the high that we have to break to make a higher high. These aren't highs. This is just a downtrend. So even though the 10-minute EMA's crossed up, we didn't make a higher high. All we did was make a lower high off this high. So now I expect it to still go down and make a lower low, which it did. All right? Now look at this. Now, guess what? This is a high. That's a high. The 10-minute EMA's crossed up. We definitely made a higher high. The problem with this one is I don't think we came back low enough to make a higher low, because that's one thing that happens with secret setup. Sometimes the stock stays strong and only goes to the 50 fib. Yeah, see, so we didn't quite come back low enough to where I'd want to buy it. That one ripped too far anyway. But the point is, you guys, this setup keeps you in amazing position to like only get great risk reward trades off very key levels. I wish you guys were on here live so I could just pick a chart, pick any chart. Like, I'm trying to think of another stock I wanted to enter. Maybe when I screwed up TIL. All right, so let's go look. This one kind of, I was dying to short this, you guys. It didn't set up, but look, all right, this came up, had a huge resistance. The 10-minute EMA's crossed to the downside. We broke the most recent level of support. Now all I wanted was a pop back up to the 61 to 78% fib. Unfortunately, it only made it to the 50 fib. It was so close to my price alert going off. Anywhere in this zone, I would have been shorting the shit out of this. Right? Anywhere in this zone, because that would have been my secret setup. We topped out. We extended way off the daily 4. We came down. The 10-minute EMAs broke the most recent support. They crossed to the downside. Now we popped back up to lower high position. We just didn't make it. If I was watching this day on this fake breakout, I probably would have taken it and just risked above 78% fib or something. But unfortunately, my price alert never went off. And now, of course, if it did hit the zone, that would be like a $20 trade already. And then I was talking about it over here and I just missed it again. Like, sometimes that happens when you're watching a lot of things. It happens. But let me see. PayPal was another trade that PayPal. PayPal that we were in the room. Where was it that we got it? No, right over here. No, where was it? Was it PayPal? Or, hold on. One sec, you guys. Oh, AMD. Okay, so AMD, guys. AMD came down. Look, you see this? I'm going to show you exactly how I entered it right now. I'm going to show you how you could have entered it twice. Number one, look. AMD, guys. Trend line break and retest. Also lining up with an uptrending stock that's pulling back to a breakout level right here. So we have a breakout level, retest with a trend line break, retest, and EMA support right below. Okay? So now this is support right here. Now, do I just buy it support? No. What do? I bought right here and we did the fake breakdown into support. So as soon as we broke this level, and reclaimed it, I went long. But if you wanted to wait for the secret setup, guys, because it has more confirmation, what are we waiting for? That means the 10-minute EMAs have to cross to the upside. The 8 cross over the 2134. We make a higher high over the most recent resistance right here, because that was a resistance level, and now we just made a higher high. Now we put our fibs on from the low, and we try to get filled anywhere between the 61 and 78% fib, which is right here. So that was a perfect entry. And now look at this, guys. You get long anywhere in here, 159.70, risking, maybe you risk $2. Guess what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's already 6-hour trade. I'm still holding. That's right. You know, a fake breakdown gives you even less risk, but guess what? This thing has so much more confirmation. It's crazy. So here's another example. I don't know if this is at a key level, but I'm just going to show you. Stock's kind of going sideways. It's going down. 10-minute EMA's crossed to the upside. Look, this didn't, look, right here. We didn't make a higher high. We didn't make, these are all lower low, lower low, lower low. Now, boom, higher high. Why is that? Well, we made a high high over this level. We certainly made a high over these levels, right? So we just made our first higher high. Also, the 8 crossed over the 21 and 34. Now we're going to put our fibs on and try to get filled in the 61 to 78% fib range, risking off the lows. And this pretty much came right to the 61 fib, which is perfect. If I saw that hammer candle right here, I would have definitely bought that and just jam my stop a little tight and maybe use the 78% fib. Secret setup. All right. So now, guys, you got to make sure. See this right here? If the 10-minute EMAs don't cross convincingly to the downside, it's not valid. Now, this would have worked, obviously, because it bounced back up. It didn't really stop you out, but you want to make sure they cross convincingly. All right. So let's go look at some more. Trying to think of like whatever. I don't even any stock. CMG is another stock I think I traded. All right. So let's say, for example, you guys, where are we right here? Let's look. Are we at a good daily low? I think. All right. So look. All right, guys. So this is another like triple bottom, kind of a cup and a handle breakout retest. It started to fail, but it quickly reclaimed these daily EMAs, right? Quickly reclaimed the 34, quickly reclaimed it. So I went long yesterday on the third bottom tail, but look what happened. You know you have these key levels right here, right? You didn't have to wait for the 3 days because watch. All right. So what are we looking for? First of all, we have a hardcore extension down to the level you could have bought on an extension, but now we want, look, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Now, 10-minute EMAs cross to the upside. Do we make a higher high? Yes, we make a higher high. Now we put our fibs on. From the swing low to the swing high, we try to get filled in the 61 to 78% fib range. And we risk off the low, and now we're in the driver's seat, and this thing will probably start to curl and go back up. All right? So this is a setup that I trade all the time. Guys, look. Stock riding up. 10-minute EMAs cross to the downside. Did we break the most recent level of support right here? Yes, we did. So we put our fibs on. From the swing high to the swing low. We try to get filled in the 61 to 78% fib, risking off the highs. So, you know, obviously, guys, you want to line this up with which direction the daily chart's going too, so this doesn't happen. It just pulls back a little. You can still have a sick trade, but you want to be trading with the trend unless you're at a key reversal point. So let's go look at AVGO. I know AVGO like all the time. Look right here. This is a quick one. All right, this is at a key reversal point. Look, 135. Let's go look. 135. All right, 135. 135 is in high or low position right here. So, guys, I want to show you something. Number one, we have obviously like trend lines coming pretty close to trend lines. We also have pivots here and, you know, a bunch of pivots. It doesn't have an exact support resistance, but I would, if I was trading this, you guys, at this level, I would say, okay, we have a lot of touches here. We have a touch here, touch here, touch here. So I would probably mark this whole level. I don't like to use exact lines with large caps. I would probably mark this whole thing as a zone, and I would also go like this. I would put my fibs on from the swing low to the swing high and see how deep it came back. So I'm watching the fibs in this whole zone. All right, now watch. But I'm not just entering, guys. Down here, well, we could have entered on the fake breakdown, but then look. Now we're waiting for the 10-minute EMAs to cross up. Do we make a higher high? This is a small, quick little higher high, but it's nonetheless, that's still a higher high. And then you put your fibs on, boom. Try to get filled in the 61 to 78% fib range. Right here. And you see it comes almost to the same spot almost every time because that is high or low position. Just like low or high position. It's the same thing. Stocks like to make higher highs and higher lows. Well, guess what? Higher lows put you in that position almost every time. Look. From here to here, a higher low, right to the 61 to 78% fib. Right? From here to here, well, guess what? You put your fibs on, Watch. Guess what? 61 to 78% fib. Guys, from here to here, 61 to... It happens so many times every day I show people in the room. It's just the way stocks trade. If you look at stocks trade, I mean, it doesn't matter. Look, low, higher, low, 61 to 78% fib. Low, higher, low, 61 to 78% fib. It's create, look, high, lower, high. Watch. 61 to 78% fib. Now, guys, if you add the 10-minute EMAs to this with key levels and being extended from the daily 4, you have all this stuff now piling up for confluence, and it's all working together in your neighborhood, right? It's all helping you. So that's what I mean, all right? So if a stock gets this far off the 4, has a high chance of reversal. Up here, I'm either looking for a fake breakout, which is what it did, which is and I'll show you that video, and I'll show you how I enter that on another lesson. But you should know by looking at the daily charts, right, guys, that, okay, this is a lower high. That probably hit the 61, 78%. That's a higher low. That probably only came down to the 50 fib maybe, all right? This is a higher low. That's a fake breakdown. This is a fake breakdown and a higher low. That's a fake breakout. That's a fake breakout. That's a higher low. That's a lower high. That's a higher low, but it didn't come down low enough to the 61, 78% fib. All right, so you should be able to look at this. Look, fake breakdown, extension. You should be able to look at these higher low in 2 seconds and know picture what the stock's doing intraday. All right, you know right here. Okay, this thing gapped down a mile and just ripped off the open. Right, you know this thing gapped down a mile and then dumped, and then the next day it flushed through yesterday's low and then reclaimed. So you have to be able to picture that. This day right here, we dumped. Then we gapped back up and then dumped again, and then we made a higher low, right? So you need to picture what that's doing. What is that doing intraday, right? And now you line these levels up. Another stock that I like to trade, GME, when it was moving a lot. That thing was making like insane secret setups, you guys. Insane on fucking, I forget what days it was now. It was such a turd bagger, but I can't remember what day it was. Anyways, we'll just look at some, let's go to Tesla. I know Tesla, I think I trade a lot of extensions on Tesla, but all right, so here we go, right, guys? Look, riding up to 4, extended from the 4, lower high. This did a fake breakout and a lower high, but this is a recent one that I can show you, okay? So you know, right here, guys, you're marking off your levels, supply, whatever. However you call it, supply, resistance, whatever you want to do. That's the supply zone. And now look, so let's mark this off so you know this is the area. But how will we get short on that? Well, I'm going to show you how. So we know we're extended up into resistance here, all right, on the daily chart. Do we just want to short this? Well, we can. I mean, we have top and tails. I guess you can just short that right there. But what's more confirmation and better? Well, I like to see that supply came in. How do I know the supply came in? Well, that means it dropped enough to cross the 10-minute EMAs to the downside. All right? 10-minute, the 8 crossed below 21.34, not that convincingly, but then right here, really crossed again, and we broke this level of support right here first. And then we made another low right here as we broke this level of support. So now the 10-minute EMAs crossed to the downside. I know we're extended up into resistance. Now we made it. So first things first, extended up to resistance. Now, big drop, 10-minute EMAs crossed to the downside. We broke the most recent level of support. Now we put our fibs on, and we want to get filled at the 61 to 71% fib or higher. And look, right up almost into even above the 78% fib. That means you could have got this with tiny risk right there, tiny risk, huge trade. Say you got waiting for this rejection of 78%, boom, let's call it 63, risking 65, $2. Guess what? That's friggin' 61 is 1R, 59 is 2R, 57 is 3R, 55 is 4R, 53 is 5R, 51 is 6R, 49 is 7R. Guys, the amount of R's we get off these setups in the room, it's not fair. Honestly, it's not fair. It's not fair. All right? It's not fair. It really isn't. All right? So, it's just like, I mean, guys, it's crazy. All right? It's crazy. You can go down to wherever. The only thing that happens sometimes, you guys, is you get like look, this guy's right here. This isn't a high. There's no resistance here. Now we made a high, right? Now the stock actually made a high. So the 10-minute EMA is crossed up. So I would go like this. Put my fibs on here if we were at a key daily level. And I would wait for it to come in. This might not have hit my price alert if I wasn't watching it. But guys, as you can see, pretty much either hits the 61 or 78% or somewhere in between here almost every time, because that's just the way stocks move. All right? So it is what it is. You got to like just build your own setups, but understand, starting like matching them with the daily chart, right? So if the daily chart's going up, we get a big pullback. I'm trying to freaking find a secret setup at that key level. All right? Bob is obviously just ripping faces off, but worst thing that happens with this setup, sometimes you guys, you get the crossover, it never comes back deep enough. Like, let's say Baba was at key level of support right here. The very beginning of this. That's what I love about this. Oh, actually, that wasn't. So, look. All right, guys, let's go look at the beginning of Baba's run. Beginning of where Baba started to run. Well, actually, it ran from way down here. Because this is a reversal setup, remember, you guys. But I want to show you something, right? Look, this is, guys, the thing I love about the secret setup, it works literally on every time frame. It's almost the same thing. So, look. The daily EMAs cross to the upside. Do we break over the most recent resistance? Yes, we do. Now you put your fibs from here up to the swing high, and you want to get filled where? Anywhere in here. And then look at how big of a trade this is. This is just a secret setup on the daily chart. All right? It's crazy, you guys. Crazy. You even had a friggin', I don't know, this is probably going to gap up. I wouldn't try to short this yet because it's crazy. But right now it's got the breakdown, pop back up, low high position. We'll see where it's going. If it gaps down, I mean, I wouldn't short Bob on a secret setup with this kind of uptrend anyway. But still, I mean, guys, the thing just, it works so good. Just stop watching key levels on daily charts. I don't want to make this video too long. I have thousands and thousands of examples in my playbooks, but I like to just go through the videos live and try to show you guys ones that I traded recently, right? All right, let's go look. All right, so here we go, guys. Up at resistance again, all right? We know that we have resistance up here, okay? Resistance. This gave amazing fake breakout, right? Amazing fake breakout. But I don't know if I can go back far enough on the 10-minute chart. Oh, hold on. Okay. So, obviously right here, the 10-minute EMAs are still going up. Now they're starting to cross over. I mean, you might want to call that like, yeah, that's valid. So 10-minute EMAs cross to the downside. You started breaking levels of support. Now you put your fibs on. All right, you want to be short and above the 61 fib with your stop over the highs. Never got stopped out. Monster trade. Monster. Dude, something like this, guys, you get such tight risk because it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. I don't usually short while it's going up. I wait for some kind of rejection trigger, whether it's at 61 fib or 71 fib. You don't have to do that. You can have a limit order out here or in the middle and just have you stop over. But sometimes if the stock is really strong and known for spiking big like this, I take all these things into consideration. This thing's known for ripping off the open, ripping off the open, ripping off the open. Well, if it's stock, you have to pay attention. Look, ripping off the open, ripping off the open. You need to see all these things when you're trading. So why am I just going to put a limit order out here when this thing's known for ripping? What if it just blows through my order? No. But what if when I start to see red candles, then I'm going to short it with my stop above because that's my setup. And look, let's say I short it right here, 968.50, risking fucking $4. This thing dropped fucking $2. No, it dropped, that dropped $70. My bad. More than $70. Right? It's crazy, you guys. I mean, I'm just telling you. It is what it is. You could even account to this right here. Look. Do we come back down to support level right here? Is this a key level of support? I don't know. Let's go look. Remember, I try to only trade either on extensions from the daily 4 or at key levels of support. So, right here, we got key level of support. Yeah, I mean, we do have a pivot here, but it's not really key level. It might be the 50 EMA maybe, which sometimes I use that. Let's see. I'll use that if it's hit it before. All All right, so if the stock has used it before, then I might use it. So let's go look. But I don't use it if it hasn't hit it before. All right, so I'll look and say, okay, this thing doesn't really do anything. Like it hit the 50 once here, hit it here the first time. It didn't really hit it on the way down here or here, so I wouldn't probably use that. But let's just say, guys, let's just say for shits and giggles, this was a support level, all right? Now look what happens here. The 10-minute EMAs cross to the upside. We make a high over this high. And then you just put your fibs on from here to the swing high. And then it comes back down. You buy it, risking out the low, and then boom. All right? Now, look what happens right here. The 10-minute EMAs cross to the downside. It breaks the levels. Well, we're not even at resistance here. We're just pulling these trades out of our hats. That didn't go up high enough to short it. But it did over here. So sometimes, guys, if it drops this much, I won't short it because it's already dropped too far. But, well, look at this one. 10-minute EMAs cross to the downside. We broke the most recent level of support. We made lower lows. Now we put our fibs on from here to here. We want to be short and above the 61 fib. Boom, there it is. Short. All right. So if you have any questions, let me know. It's a really good setup that with confirmation, with key levels, 10-minute EMAs, and fibs, combining them all together. And I just love it. And yeah, I just know when I think it's going to work, and I just am good at seeing it and knowing key levels are strong because how far the stock bounced off them before, or how far how nice it's uptrending, or how many times it's pulled back to the EMAs. I have so many nuances of my trading that I use that are hard to explain in one video because I could just go on and on forever. But if you have any questions, let me know. Remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I just like talking shop. Peace.